Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Bahamas, where the Old Dominion football team arrived this afternoon, and tonight had a little mingling opportunity, dinner with the Eastern Michigan football team as they begin preparations tomorrow for Friday's big game.
27-5.
It's only been a few hours, but already the Old Dominion football team is basking in the glory of the Bahamas Bowl.
Well, it started, Bruce, when we were getting ready to land, and everybody's phone was up to the window. You know, they were all taking pictures of the water, the island coming in. It's just been a remarkable day so far.
Defensive coordinator Rich Nagy says while earning a bowl bid is nice, it won't be complete until the final gun sounds.
You always want to win. You know, I tell the players that, they're going to keep score for a reason. So, we want to work hard and be 1-0 this week and, just have a good time while we're here, but understand why we're here and the importance of winning the game.
We'll get them up at 7:30. They'll have breakfast at 8. We'll change. We'll get on buses and go to practice. We'll be done by noontime, and then they can enjoy the resort.
Going to be a fun week, Coach.
Oh, it's going to be a great week. I wish you were all with us because this place is fantastic.
So, Brian, the team will be practicing early tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, and then all kinds of activities as our bowl coverage will continue throughout the entire week here at Atlantis. I'm Bruce Rader for the Sports Wrap. Hi, everybody. I'm Bruce Rader here at Atlantis, visiting with my little friends, the Fishes, in Nassau, in the Bahamas, as the Old Dominion football team had its first full day of practice as they get set for Eastern Michigan and Friday's Bahamas Bowl game. Yesterday morning, the Monarchs woke up in chilly Norfolk. Today, they spent the day in 80-degree temperatures. It's not all fun and games when you're playing in a bowl game. The Old Dominion football team began their Bahamas Bowl experience last night, enjoying a moonlit dinner with their football foes from Eastern Michigan. Players from both teams roamed the vast Atlantis resort well past midnight, but were up bright and early this morning for their first practice session of the week.
It was great. We went for 90 minutes. We went hard. Everything was fast. Everything was constant movement. It broke the practice up into 4 segments, first quarter, second, third, and fourth. We need to get acclimated to the 80 degrees and the 75% humidity, and we accomplished that this morning.
Today, the Monarchs concentrated on their defense, which had been struggling but seems to have found its way.
We're trying to be a championship team. I said that one loss to Western Kentucky opened our eyes, no one's safe in this league. So we got to make sure that never happened again. Losing like that made us feel like, okay, slacking in practice, joking around in practice, time to work. I said we could play any other time, but when it's time to work, we got to work.
Our guys have been around the system now for a couple of years, and they understand the ins and outs of it a little bit better.
We all came together and just said, all right, we're just going to do our job, and everybody focused on their 111th. And then our defense just completely changed.
So what's the plan between now and kickoff Friday afternoon?
We have a practice 2 days before the game. That's a no sweat practice. It's all about mental prep. And then the day before the game, we'll do 2-minute drill. We'll do chaotic end of half, end of game situations with special teams. The focus in the morning will remain on football. In the afternoon, it'll be all about them having the time of their life.
I'm Nathan Epstein, and what's a trip to the Bahamas without a beach party? Just outside of the Atlantis Resort, a little beach bash for both the Old Dominion and Eastern Michigan football teams. Now on Friday, both teams are going to go for the trophy, but tonight it was all about pride.
We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go!
With Popeye's chicken in hand, Old Dominion chomped and chewed against Eastern Michigan, looking for the title of chicken-eating champion. In the end,
And the winner is Eastern Michigan!
it was Eastern Michigan walking away with the belt.
I mean, everybody low-key wanted to win, especially seeing the little championship belts. It was like a little more to play for, but I mean, it was all good fun.
It did get a little competitive. It did. Eastern Michigan took the trophy, but we'll be back. Don't worry, we'll be back.
And true to their word, the Monarchs made their move. Literally, dipping and dabbing their way to a dancing championship. But all the smack talk aside, here's Old Dominion wrapping up its season on the beautiful sands of Nassau, about to play in the program's first ever bowl game. I had to ask, is this even real life?
I'm still trying to figure that out myself, but I mean, I'm having a great time. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, we all out here just, trying to enjoy ourselves. A lot of us don't get this opportunity, so we just trying to, do as much as we can, just have fun with the guys and enjoy our last moments.
The real prize still on the line this Friday at 1 o'clock. In the beautiful Bahamas, Nathan Epstein for the Sports Wrap.
Is it a party? Is it a football game? Is it a football game? Is it a party? Day 2 of our coverage from the Bahamas coming up tomorrow in Atlantis. I'm Bruce Rader, covering Old Dominion in the Bahamas Bowl for the Sports Wrap. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Another beautiful day here in the Bahamas as Old Dominion has yet another practice in preparation for Friday afternoon's Bahamas Bowl game against Eastern Michigan. But it's not just work for the Monarchs. They're also having a lot of fun, as Nathan Epstein reports.
What's a trip to the Bahamas without a beach party? Last night, the Old Dominion and Eastern Michigan football teams held a little beach bash.
We out here, dog.
A lot of fun, but not without a little competition.
We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1, go!
With Popeye's chicken in hand, Old Dominion chomped and chewed against Eastern Michigan, looking for the title of chicken-eating champion. In the end,
and the winner is Eastern Michigan!
It was Eastern Michigan walking away with the belt.
I mean, everybody low-key wanted to win, especially seeing the little championship belts. It was like a little more to play for, but I mean, it was all good fun.
It did get a little competitive. It did. Eastern Michigan took the trophy, but we'll be back. Don't worry, we'll be back.
And true to their word, the Monarchs made their move. Literally dipping and dabbing their way to a dancing championship. But all the smack talk aside, here's Old Dominion wrapping up its season on the beautiful sands of Nassau, about to play in the program's first ever bowl game. I had to ask, is this even real life?
I'm still trying to figure that out myself, but I mean, I'm having a great time. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, we all out here just, trying to enjoy ourselves. A lot of us don't get this opportunity, so we just trying to, do as much as we can, just have fun with the guys and enjoy our last moments.
The real prize still on the line this Friday at 1 o'clock. In the beautiful Bahamas, Nathan Epstein for the Sports Wrap.
Thank you, Nathan. And again, there is still a football game Friday afternoon, and it's a big one. How will the Old Dominion offense fare against the Eastern Michigan defense? I'll be talking about that coming up at 6 o'clock on the Sports Wrap. In Nassau, the Bahamas, I'm Bruce Rader. We'll see you a little later.
If you look closely at the ODU football team in mid-October when the Monarchs were 1-6, you'd have seen that the record didn't tell the full story. 3 of those 6 losses were by just an average of 5 points per game. Head coach Ricky Ronnie says while lots of new people may have learned about the fight of his team during the last 5 weeks, for him, it's nothing new.
Our team has been very consistent the whole way through. We weren't necessarily getting the results we wanted, but we certainly were getting the same effort, the same mentality, and all those sort of things. So I've been really happy with that, and I think that's the thing that has allowed us to go 1-0 5 times in a row.
And call it coincidental, but it's also been 5 years since the program's first and only bowl game, the Bahamas Bowl in 2016. Back then, this current group of seniors were red shirts.
I was looking at my Snapchat memories, and literally the day before we got announced at the VCU game, it was a memory of us getting announced at the VCU game 5 years ago. So it was really ironic how that all happened, but it's exciting to finally get back and be able to do that. It was definitely different though, because we were redshirt freshmen, so we were kind of just there just to enjoy the time and just really taking the experience. But I would definitely say this time around it'll definitely be a lot different.
The Myrtle Beach Bowl will be a full circle moment for the seniors and a possible launching pad for ODU as a program moving forward.
It would be able to, put a big exclamation point on the progress that we've made as just a team this season, and I think it also sets this program up for a very, very promising future.
I'm Craig Loper for the Sports Wrap.
Well, obviously, it's important for everyone within the ODU football program to get a win against Tulsa on Monday, but more specifically, the seniors. This group arrived back on campus in 2016, and since that point, they've really been through a lot in terms of the ups and downs of this program, including a canceled 2020 COVID season. And it's an extremely tight-knit group that has taken it upon themselves to teach other members of the team about what it's like truly to be a college athlete, and they've also taught a little bit to head coach Ricky Ronnie.
I would say how important perseverance and patience are, and wanting how important it is to want to leave a legacy, and knowing that that legacy doesn't always have to be going 15-0 and scoring 400 touchdowns. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a record setter like obviously Jordan is. You don't have to be a record setter, but you can still leave a lasting legacy that's going to be felt for a very long time.
I definitely feel like this team is very connected. Like, this is my 4th year now at ODU, and I definitely feel like I'm like the most connected with my teammates that I've ever been. And especially like with these 6 years, like they had an opportunity to leave if they wanted to, but they decided to stay. So like that speaks a testament to them. And seeing that kind of makes young guys buy in a little bit more.
The seniors and all the guys Friday that we met with also talked about how beautiful Myrtle Beach is. You see it behind me. They had practice today, and then they're going to soak it in a little bit later this evening and into the weekend as we build up to kickoff Monday afternoon. Reporting in Myrtle Beach, I'm Craig Loper, 10 on your side. Here in Myrtle Beach Friday, the team taking the practice field for the first time as they get ready to kick off Monday against Tulsa. But here, they work hard on the field, but off the field, you can see there's some fun involved in this. It's game night here at Dave & Buster's. Here with senior kicker Nick Rice. Nick, how's it feel, game night with the team?
It's good. We practiced earlier today. We took it very seriously, and it's fun to kind of blow off some steam with the guys in a spot that honestly not many people thought we were going to be in.
Right. Who's the best gamer on the team?
Undoubtedly, Anthony Sakara.
Okay, what makes him so good?
Yeah, I think he spends all day playing video games.
Okay, Anthony Sakara, busy man on the video games. We appreciate you, Nick.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, and on top of the game night, this team and this bowl experience, they get some pretty cool stuff, including a pretty cool swag bag. Early in the day, they have a choice of a bunch of things. We asked the guys, what'd you pick?
Ice shaker bottle, a Myrtle Beach Bowl watch, and then for the gift selection, they gave us a card and we were able to spend it. So I got a Lululemon yoga mat because I'm a big yoga guy.
A power bank for my phone. If you know me, my phone is always dying. And then I also got a waterproof speaker. Definitely something I can listen to while I'm in the shower.
The important part for me is the ring. I keep those and collect those, and that's something that sits in my office that the guys look at. And the watches. You'll never see me with the watch on, but I do have quite a few watches.
Reporting in Myrtle Beach, I'm Craig Loper for the Sports Wrap. The culmination to the 2021 season, Monday, coming up in the Myrtle Beach Bowl for the ODU football team, is a game that didn't look like it was going to happen at one point in the season. We know the Monarchs were 1-6, and since then, they're riding a hot streak, 5 wins in a row. But earlier on Saturday, we asked defensive end Marcus Haynes about why he thinks this turnaround occurred in this season, and he shared some really valuable insight into how it all happened.
I'm just glad that we were able to come together as a team. Being able to come together as brothers when times did get hard, and guys turning to older guys or younger guys be able to talk in the dorm amongst themselves and be able to keep us positive and be able to envision making plays in big situations and stuff like that. Again, I'm just glad that everything was able to come full circle in the last 5 weeks, but nothing has changed in the locker room. We've always been tight. We're going to be tighter coming on when we get older too.
I also asked Marcus today if he thinks this game can be a springboard into the future for this program in terms of consistent bowl game appearances. And he said he thinks so. And he said when it happens, it's going to be because of this group of seniors. There's 9 of them on the squad. 3 of them are 6-year seniors. And that right there will be their legacy at ODU. Reporting in South Carolina, I'm Craig Loper, 10 on your side. It's the eve of the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Now, the site of the game is actually Conway, South Carolina at Brooks Stadium, home of the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers and their teal turf. ODU held its final tune-up practice Sunday afternoon, and now we're less than 24 hours away from kickoff. I'm Craig Loper. Welcome back to the Sports Wrap. Tomorrow it had been 3 weeks since we found out ODU was coming to Myrtle Beach to play in this bowl game. Since that point, the team had some on and off days practicing, but now for the past week, it's been a normal bowl game schedule, and we are less than 24 hours away from kickoff. This is actually video from Friday's open practice. And when it comes to bowl season, because of the long layoffs, there's always a lot of talk about rust and things being a little choppy for a coaching staff because it has been a little while since the season finale against Charlotte. Sunday after practice, head coach Ricky Ronnie evaluating his team's bowl game preparations the last week.
I thought overall, we did a nice job. I thought we were locked in, played physical. The guys really responded to, they didn't think, the practice is too long, we're doing too much. No, they were locked in. They knew it was an opportunity to go out there and get better. And I thought, we really responded to that.
All right, first-year head coach Ricky Rahne, his staff, and his team certainly deserve a ton of credit when it comes to the resurgence the last 5 weeks of the season. But when it comes to Rahne and his big picture, he'd be the first to tell you none of this happening in his life right now would be possible without the woman that's been by his side through it all, his wife, Jen.
Ricky started in Worcester, Massachusetts for Holy Cross. Then he went to Ithaca, New York for Cornell. Then he moved to Manhattan, Kansas. And then we moved to Nashville, Tennessee. And then we moved to State College, Pennsylvania, which is Happy Valley. And that's where Penn State was. And now we're in Nosick.
Mobility is a great asset for a quarterback on the football field. It's also helpful if you're a coach's wife. Jen Rahne and her husband Ricky met at Cornell in 1998. Since then, they've been inseparable. Kind of.
I told him I wasn't moving without a ring. I had a great job.
Jen stayed in Washington, D.C., where she worked as a civil engineer while Ricky climbed the coaching ladder. And the ring came in 2007 while Ricky was coaching at Kansas State. Weekends turned into being together full time. From there, they started their family and have 2 sons, Ryder and Jake.
And she's the best, she's the toughest and smartest person I know. The fact that she's, kind of sacrificed some of her dreams in order to allow me to chase mine is pretty special.
In his first head coaching job, Jen says her husband is learning each day, but he leans on one thing in particular.
Like, he is really leading with this moral compass that, he sits there and thinks, okay, what should I do? He has a lot more decisions to make, and he's like, this is the right decision. So that's what I'm going to do. It might not be the easy decision. It might be hard. There are going to be bumps, but this is how I'm going to run it, and I'm going to stay true to this, to his plan.
So that's what he's done, even when the team was 1-6 this season and things didn't look so good.
I've got to give credit to Ricky's mom, Deb. We were 1-6, and she said, we're going to win out and we're going to go to a bowl game. And I looked at her and I said, you're right, we are. I looked at the schedule, I was like, we are going to win out. And I know that I'm supposed to only look at 1 week at a time. Ricky would be mad that I wasn't looking, but I look, I can't help it.
In the most memorable moment since being at ODU, at least for now, came in week 2 of the season in the home opener against Hampton.
It was crazy because my son Jake had a game beforehand. So his game finished at the exact same time that Ricky's game was starting, and I wanted to see him walk out of that tunnel so bad. And we have a police officer on Jake's a dad that's on Jake's hockey team, and he goes, drive as fast as you can, and if they pull you over, I'll escort you. And so we got there just in time, and we found our seats, and we were so excited, and I paced the whole game, and I kind of haven't changed. I still do that. But going down on that field afterwards, after the first win, and seeing just how excited the players were, how excited he was, my boys tackled him, it was so exciting. It was so fun. I will never forget it. It was really fun.
We absolutely love doing that story, and thank you to Jen for her time and those great family photos. All right, less than 24 hours away from kickoff, Monday at 2:30. It's ODU and Tulsa. A win would be the program's second in bowl game history for the Monarchs, and I'm certainly excited to cover it. Reporting in Myrtle Beach, I'm Craig Loper for the Sports Wrap. All right, welcome into another on-location edition of the Sports Wrap here in Conway, South Carolina. I'm Craig Loper. He is Brian Parsons. Today, ODU falling to Tulsa 30-17. The Monarchs going to 6-7 on the year as they fall to a tough team, Brian. It's a tough game.
A very experienced team. Now, we're talking about a team that has 6 seniors that have played more than 50 games, 25 seniors overall, and just a more experienced team. Old Dominion is a very young team with a lot of freshmen.
Yeah, to me, Tulsa really just looked like they overwhelmed the ODU offense. This Tulsa defense was stingy. I'm talking long, fast, and Hayden Wolf in this offense could never really get it going, it felt like.
Yeah, a lot of screen passes today, which we haven't really seen, and they just couldn't get it going. They couldn't get the running game going either. There was some momentum changing plays though in the second half where you thought that maybe they're going to get right back in the game, but as we will see in the highlights, it backfired on them.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, Brian mentioned the highlights, so let's get right to it and show you what happened between ODU and Tulsa in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. ODU fans were hyped up for this one. They filled the lower bowl at Brooks Stadium in Conway. Ricky Rahne looking for his first bowl game win as a head coach. Things got started with a bang. How about Lamarion James from Indian River High School? 14 seconds, it's a house call. 7-0. Monarchs, just like that, he dives in. Here we go. Tulsa, though, they're going to answer a long drive of their own. They work their way down the field. Shamari Brooks, the short score, and that ties the game up at 7 apiece. Golden Hurricanes' second possession. Davis Brin to Juan Carlos Santana. He gave the ODU defense fits. In there for the score, 14-7, Golden Hurricane. It was 17-10 at halftime. The two teams would trade field goals in the third quarter. Early fourth quarter now, a key play in the game. Hayden Wolf complete to Ollie Jennings. Kind of looks like he made it in, but it's actually fumbled through the back of the end zone. This one called a touchback. It would have made the game a one-possession game. That opened the door for the Tulsa Golden Hurricane to put the nail in the coffin. Davis Brin complete to his tight end, Ethan Hall. That made it 30-10. And ODU, they would score a late touchdown, but the Golden Hurricane come out on top, 30-17.
So I made sure, I told them all that you better dap up every single guy in this room, because if you miss one, you know, you never know when you're going to be able to see him again. And, you know, as a young man, you won't regret that right now, but 10, 15, 20 years from now, you certainly will.
Brian, you were in the postgame afterwards with some of these players, head coach Ricky Ronnie. What was the vibe like in there?
It wasn't that solemn. I mean, let's face it. This is a team that was 1-6 at one point. Nobody thought they were even going to make a bowl game at that point. So, but they were upset, obviously. Ricky Ronnie, first-year head coach. Nobody really knew what to expect with this guy. Yes, he's an offensive coordinator from Penn State coming in. I asked Ricky Ronnie after the game, as a first-year head coach, did he meet his expectations?
I didn't have any. My personal expectations were kind of what it's funny. I think sometimes you guys think I'm lying to you. I really do believe in this whole 1-0 thing. I didn't have any expectations. My expectation was that as a coaching staff that we would find a way to get the players better each and every week. As a head coach, I'd find a way to get the coaching staff better each and every week. And I knew if I did that we would, at the end of the year, we could look back and say that we had a pretty good year. And ultimately, that's my goal, is to make sure that each and every week we get better, so that each and every week I give the players and the coaches an opportunity, to maximize their own personal potential.
Great stuff there from head coach Ricky Ronnie. And Brian, talking about some momentum possibly changing plays, there was one there down by you. What happened?
It was Ollie Jennings. It looked like it was going to be a Hayden Wolf to Ollie Jennings touchdown, but Ollie Jennings had the ball poked loose in the end zone, and it ended up being a touchback. Had he scored a touchdown, it would have been 23-17. Instead, it's a turnover to Tulsa, and then Tulsa scores a touchdown to make it 30-10 after that. Old Dominion did score a touchdown to make it 30-17. But that Old Dominion would have been within a touchdown at that point, and to me that turnover was the backbreaking play of the game. But a great way to start the game with Lamarion James with the kickoff return for a touchdown.
Indian River High School,
right to my camera, by the way.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But they just couldn't keep that momentum going against a Tulsa team that has played very, very tough competition like Ohio State, Oklahoma State, Houston, Cincinnati. They played Cincinnati tough. They lost by 8 to them, who Cincinnati's happens to be in the college football playoff. So this is a very, very, very good seasoned Tulsa team that ended its season on a 4-game winning streak.
And I agree totally with the Ollie Jennings play, changed everything.